Guys, I went over a video not too long ago of a baby mother recording herself exposing her baby father for bringing over McDonald's for his one kid, but only one of 4 of her kids, okay? Now, she was pissed because she was essentially saying that, why can't you bring over meals for all of my children? Let's actually show a snippet of that video right now.
Them my kids, them your kids' siblings, though. So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the sibling.
But
Then if you're trying to help out, though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping yourself when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Duh. He ain't eating this. You.
Why would you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids. You stupid.
I am enraged.
Like, you're dumb as hell.
So you guys see the bad attitude, you see the bad behavior, you see the modern woman entitlement, all of that ish. She actually just released a follow-up video explaining herself. Without further ado.
So the whole world is basically bashing me right now because I'm the baby mama who was upset at her baby daddy because he only decided to give his child McDonald's and not the rest of my other 3 kids.
As he should have.
I have 4 kids. You knew the situation when you dated me. Our child is the youngest child. So keep that in mind before y'all make me the villain. That means all my other kids knew him. He was buying the McDonald's when we were together. My kids have to go through a transition of
you're not together anymore.
Breakup as well. Like, yeah, me and you broke up, but my kids got to feel it too. So now my kids have to see only one of their siblings get McDonald's and not the rest of them. And
it's just real quick. Sorry to pause it like this. I want to let you guys see it. But notice how many times she says my kids. Okay? Notice. Take note of that. My kids, my kids, my kids. And for the expectation that while y'all are together, him to be paying for your other kids is the reason, one of the main reasons that I tell men, do not date single mothers, because there is an expectation for you to come out of your pockets for the mistakes that she made previously within her life. She don't care that y'all are no longer together. She don't care. She don't care, but she will dangle that over your head and will withhold food from your kid because the others don't get the same treatment. Ridiculous. Let's keep going.
And they know it's coming from you because, of course, like me and you used to be together. They used to see you. You used to do it for them. But now you don't want to do that for them anymore. Like, to me, that's petty. That's petty. Like, it's not fair. Like, you're not finna give one child McDonald's and not all the other kids McDonald's. Like, I'm not going. And then on top of that, you mean to tell me you can dib and dab and want to do it sometimes, but yet you can't feed all my other kids McDonald's though?
The audacity for a young lady to call something petty when she literally took the drink and the food out of his hands and threw it on the ground. You cannot negotiate with terrorists. You cannot have conversations with insurgents. I've said that once, and I will continue to say that over and over and over again, because in their mind, the mind of an irrational modern woman, she can't be told anything. Do you want to live your life like this? For you to get a woman with a mentality like this, as irrational as what this is, pregnant, then that's your fault, because she's going to make you pay for your mistake up until that child turns 18. Let's proceed.
That's what you mean to tell me? Like, I'm not going for that. I'm going to stand on what I said, and I don't care what everybody else have to say about it. Y'all could judge me. Oh, well, I could be the villain, but I said what I said. Like, if you can't bring everybody McDonald's, then can't nobody have McDonald's then. Period.
This is why you don't date single mothers, especially single mothers with multiple children, and double, especially single mothers that have multiple baby fathers for those multiple children. This video is so pivotal, and I'm so happy that videos like this can now go viral because she's telling you why you should not date women like her. She said it in the video. You knew what you were signing up for. See, the feeling allows you to get stuck into the viscous innards and say, damn, I just feel so good. She makes me feel so good, this, that, and the third. But the facts still remain is that if you choose women like this with all of these kids, then all it's going to do is complicate your future relationship with her. Not to mention that you will always have another man or other men with a foot in the door of your relationship. Dear men, you have to think rationally. Why would you risk your sanity on her mistakes? How does this benefit you besides adding stress to your life? This is sort of like playing a video game on someone else's saved profile. You're taking on another man's responsibilities. You're taking on another man's bills, and you're taking on another man's headache. She gets your added finances while offsetting her responsibilities. Meanwhile, her hair is done, her eyebrows are done, her eyelashes are done, and her nails are done, and complaining about when she's going to be able to get food stamps for her children. But this clearly demonstrates the entitlement of the modern woman today. Instead of offering you money or Cashapping you while you're at McDonald's for her other children, she will instead take the food that you bought and throw it on the ground. The audacity for a woman on food stamps to require all of her baby daddies to pay for all of her kids every time that they come over is simply beyond me. Have y'all even thought, could you even claim the kids on your taxes? That's what they're for. You have kids, you pay for their expenses, you get to claim them on your taxes. No, she's claiming the kids. But listen, ma'am, I want to talk to you just like if you're in the room with me right now. He has one child, so he has the obligation to pay for that one child. You should have thought about your choices to have multiple kids by multiple baby fathers before you got this far down the road. But this is what happens when we live in a culture where women can do no wrong, when they are never held accountable for the choices that they have made, and only the man is forced to suffer in these situations and has to stand back as they use the kids as pawns and as leverage for their failed relationships. Do y'all even think that this is even about the food? No, this is control. This is a manipulation tactic. And to the young man, my message from the last video remains the same. Continue to document and gain custody. Until you do, she will continue to leverage the child as a pawn against you. And you'll never have peace of mind until the child is in your care. The next step from here is, oh, your daddy ain't this, or your daddy don't do that for you. But meanwhile, what the child can't see is everything that his daddy tried to do. All right, guys, that's all that I can really handle for today. I had a whole gang of videos that I was going to try to work on today, but I simply can't will myself to sit in front of here and continue to talk about this. This reigns true to me. This reigns so true. This reigns so real to me, because I know without the impact of my father within my life, I would not be the man that I am today. And I see so many of these situations of said guy knocking up the club of said girl, but you knew that she wasn't shit anyway to begin with. But now you have to deal with the reaction, the irrationality of these modern women today. Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Smart men learn from their mistakes and pursue forward. Wise men learn from other men's mistakes and then pursue forward. Everyone that's out here that's watching this, use this in your toolkit. You have information available to you today that most of these men never had access to. If you let this information go in one ear and out the other, you're doing no one a disservice except for you. Learn, pursue forward, and live life better than the men that came before us. All right? Until next time, YouTube, peace.